Well, I guess I'm doing this again. So the Dust Bowl, what is it? Is this it? No, the Dust Bowl of the 1930s was a phenomenon where a series of severe dust storms hit large areas of the United States and Canada. What caused this sudden series of dust storms? Well, there are a lot of factors, both natural and man-made. Some natural causes are severe droughts and extremely high temperatures. Other factors include poor agricultural practices at the time, crop overproduction, and the Great Depression. Now, I know what you're definitely already thinking. How did a natural disaster come from an economic depression? Well, there actually are a few reasons. Because of the Great Depression and the overproduction of crops, market prices for crops like wheat plummeted. And because the market was overflooded and people were too poor to buy wheat, farmers didn't make as much money as they were hoping for during this time. Due to all of this, farmers tried to increase their profit by expanding their fields to produce more crops. But because of the lack of good farming practices that would stop factors like wind erosion, the natural and fertile topsoil was harmed, only to blow away with the wind. And it wasn't just one area where this happened. It was widespread throughout the US and Canada. Because of this, amidst other environmental factors, many dust storms hit North America, and thus we have the legendary Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl had a huge impact on the environment, the economy, and human life. One major effect the Dust Bowl had on the environment, other than, well, giant dust storms everywhere, was a worse air quality, the removal of most healthy topsoil for farming, and the death of lots of animals. There was also lots of migration due to the Dust Bowl. About 1/3 of farmers left their homes due to the parched land and lack of financial success. Many also breathed dirt-ridden air due to much sickness and death. Things got so bad, in fact, that over 75% of the US was affected by the Dust Bowl. One of the worst instances of the Dust Bowl was in 1935. Given the nickname Black Sunday, here are some of the worst black blizzards swept across the Great Plains. So what ended the Dust Bowl, and how did we recover from such a disaster? Well, thankfully, toward the end of 1939, regular rainfall returned to the land, bringing the period of the Dust Bowl to an end. Many government programs were enacted around this time to help to restore the lost farmland from the Dust Bowl. FDR's administration was quick to make soil conservation efforts as a part of his New Deal. One example includes the Soil Conservation and Domestic Allotment Act to help conserve soil and prevent erosion. Because of time and government aid, we were finally able to recover from the Dust Bowl. And because of this, farmers learned their lesson and started implementing better agricultural practices. Finally, the farmers learned how to not farm wrong. So that's all over, and now we're never going to have to deal with this again, right? Right?